Welcome back, it's me, Lou. I'm here for another action figure unboxing and review, and today from Hasbro and Disney, we are featuring Star Wars Stormtrooper. Alright, so today is March 8th, 2024. I got this at my local Walmart. This retails for under $10. It's a budget action figure. It's not at the same level as a vintage collection action figure. You're getting, I think, only like maybe 5 points of articulation, minimal paint application. But for me, I love this style of action figure. It's kind of a throwback to the figures I grew up on. I'm a child of the 80s and 90s. I grew up on the original Kenner Star Wars figures and the Star Wars Power of the Force figures. And I just have a very strong fondness for like these older style figures with only 5 points of articulation. I don't need like 20 points. I mean, it's nice if you have a superposable action figure, but for me, I don't mind the cheaper figures. You know, it's a much more affordable way of army building. You know, if you want like a giant lot of stormtroopers, and this is cool. I think they're neat. I like the card backing a lot. Nice illustration of the stormtrooper. The blue, white, and yellow I think is a great color scheme. Provides a lot of contrast. Really makes this thing pop off the shelves. Stormtroopers are elite shock troops, fanatically loyal to the Empire and the Imperial cause. Alright, so I bought 2 of these. I wanted to buy more. I saw more the other day, but then when I went to the store today, most of them were gone, so I only found these 2. So I just bought 2 troopers. But before we open them, I just want to show off another Stormtrooper in my collection that I'm fond of. This is another limited articulation action figure. This was released back in 2016. So you're looking at a figure that's, man, 8 years old. This came out as part of the Rogue One line of action figures. It's nice. I love the card back. It looks fantastic. And I'm so fond of like this style of action figure. And the Rogue One line I thought was incredible. I love the card backing. All the figures looked amazing. Even though the figures were limited in their articulation, excuse me, I'm just coughing up. Even though the figures were limited in articulation, you know, they made up for it with the accessories, and I think it's kind of cool. Like, you had a standard trooper here, but if you wanted to, you could change his chest armor to make it look like he's battle damaged. Or if you wanted to give him a higher rank, you could snap on this armor. They had the colored shoulder pauldron. And he could easily be made into like, you know, like a sergeant or a squad leader. And of course, this had app functionality. I'm not sure how practical that was back in the day, but it was there. So yeah, this is one of my favorite 5 points of articulation Stormtrooper. As you can see, they're not the same figure. The newer figure is a much larger, bulkier build than this one. I think the proportions on this one are a little bit more realistic. This one's definitely doing some time in the gym. You know, has a bulkier chest, wider shoulders. And the color scheme is a little bit more limited. You know, he's missing the black in the under armor around the legs, you know, like this guy has. But don't let that deter you from buying this, especially if you have little ones. You know, they're affordable. And again, it's a nice cheap way of just army building. You know, if you're not a stickler about articulation, I think these are a great value. Alright, so we have our budget Stormtrooper figures. Let's take a look at their excuse me, their weapons first. Excuse me, I'm like coughing up because the air has been, it's like still winter, the air is dry in the Chicagoland area. And I don't know, I'm kind of losing my voice also, as usual. Nice weapon. Very clean details. It's a little bit warped, as you can see, kind of like bows upward a little, but I'm not complaining. For the price point, it's decent. Excuse me. Let's take a look at the figure up close. It's a nice figure. I mean, it's only 5 points of articulation. You know, the head moves. It's on a ball joint. So you get some tilt, swivel. The arms, there's no, like, elbow joints, but I don't think you necessarily need it for what this figure is, you know, supposed to do. It's really aimed at younger not collectors. It's really aimed at a younger demographic. You know, there's really aimed at kids. Let's pull this out to balance the white balance. Yeah, so it's a nice figure. The sculpting is pretty sharp also. Like around the abdomen, you get all the details. It's missing the black around the cod piece. There's a socket in the back to plug in other accessories from, like, you know, some of the other lines. So it's a fair figure. You know, if you just want, for example, let's say that you have if you're into diorama building, and you do have a bunch of, like, vintage collection Stormtroopers, these are nice to have to put in the background, you know, since they're a little bit less detailed. If you just want, like, to build up armies at an affordable price, this is the way to go. And they're fantastic pieces. They're not in the same league as, like, the vintage collection, but they don't need to be. You know, they look great. And let me pull out that Rogue One figure real quick. Yeah, so you can see the differences in the figures. You know, this one's wider chest. It's missing the black around the cod piece. Slightly shorter figure also. This one's a little bit taller. Yeah, but I think it's great. These are awesome. Yeah, so if you need more Stormtroopers, head to your local Walmart and pick these up. They're awesome. Alright, so wrapping this video up, once again, my name is Lou. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you are a returning viewer or subscriber, thank you so much for your continued support. I greatly appreciate it. So until the next video, be safe, take care of yourself, buy lots of toys, and most importantly, be happy. And I'll see you at the next one. Alright, later.